It was a cold Moscow night. Snow fell quietly outside the window, muffling the city's restless noise. Inside a dimly lit apartment, a single candle flickered, throwing long shadows across the walls. It was the first week after the wedding, a time that should have been filled with laughter and warmth. Ivan, the groom, sat with his young bride, Natasha. She smiled faintly, yet her eyes seemed burdened with secrets. The silence between them was heavy, broken only by the whistle of the wind. But when Ivan drew close, ready to embrace the woman he thought he had married, the truth struck like a lightning bolt. Natasha was not who she appeared to be. The revelation shattered his soul. His dreams of marriage crumbled instantly, replaced with disbelief and pain. That night Ivan lay awake, staring at the ceiling, his heart pounding with questions. Why had this been hidden from me? What is left of my life now? One thing became clear. He could not carry this burden alone. Days passed in torment. At last Ivan turned to Lara, Natasha's mother. One evening, in the kitchen of the old apartment, he sat before her with trembling hands. His voice cracked as he confessed. Lara, Natasha is not who you think she is. On our wedding night, I discovered the truth. A truth I cannot bear. Lara froze, her breath catching. For a moment, anger burned in her eyes, but as she looked at Ivan's broken expression, her rage gave way to something else. A strange compassion. She saw in him not only her son-in-law, but a man drowning in betrayal, alone in a marriage built on lies. His honesty and suffering pierced her heart in a way she could not explain. From that night on, a dangerous closeness began to grow between them. What started as sympathy turned into an unspoken bond. They spoke in whispers, exchanged long glances, and carried a secret fire that neither dared to name. One winter evening, while a storm howled outside, they found themselves alone by the fire. Silence hung thick in the room. Ivan's hands shook as he whispered, "We shouldn't. Every step we take is a sin." Lara's voice trembled, yet carried the weight of her loneliness. Sometimes sin feels more alive than virtue. Don't you see? You and I, we are burning in the same fire. And in that moment, their restraint collapsed. Hearts collided, boundaries fell. For a fleeting instant, they surrendered to the forbidden pull that had haunted them for weeks. But fate is merciless. The door creaked open, and in the doorway stood Sergei, Lara's husband, Natasha's father. His eyes widened, fury flashing like lightning. "You shame this house!" he roared, his voice shaking the walls. "You betray blood and vow alike!" Ivan stumbled back, guilt carved deep on his face. Lara turned pale, her lips trembling with unspoken words. Sergei's rage consumed him. His hand reached for the pistol hidden in his coat. The weapon he once carried through wars, now pointed at the two who had betrayed his home. The room filled with shouts, tears, and rage. Then, two deafening shots broke the storm. When the smoke cleared, Ivan and Lara lay lifeless on the floor, their forbidden love sealed not in passion, but in blood. Sergei dropped the pistol, his hands trembling, his face pale. The fire still crackled, indifferent to human sorrow, while outside the snow kept falling, covering the city in silence, as though the cold earth itself sought to bury the sin beneath its white shroud.